But again, the good news is that the hub is still. So if you can find your way right into the center of that hub, you find the still point. But nobody can find it but yourself. And this reminds me of the journey of Amundsen, Roald Amundsen. When he finally did the immense journey and was the first man to arrive, where? At the middle of the South Pole. His colleagues wanted him to make a speech. And he stood there for a few minutes and he said, you know, now that I'm here after this immense journey, unbelievable. It was a race with that psycho Scott. They finally get there and he goes, I don't feel very big. In fact, I feel quite small, but not in a bad way. I feel humble. Very simple, very still. So all this running around trying to be a big shot on the red carpet and the big celeb and everything, the men who actually go there to that 0 degrees latitude, 0 degrees longitude of the physical continent are in a state of what Heidegger called the care, a wordless place, simple, straight, direct, wordless, but yet mighty in that simplicity, in that humility, in that limitation, not the limitation of the man who goes down empty, fill me, but the man who has achieved great things, but that comes with his own humility. Look up at the immensity, this will come with the aesthetic sense right away when you look up at the majesty of what you have around you and you know you didn't create it. Well, that's what he was being imbued with, and it came to him, and he didn't have a speech. Well, there was a 0 degrees longitude and 0 degrees latitude of consciousness also. The fountain of Lamnet, the fountain at the center of it all. The 0 degrees latitude, 0 degrees longitude, the center of the wheel of Chirasity, and only you can find it. It's like the littleness that Heidegger talked about. It's completely different than the neurotic kind, because it's born from this aesthetic. You're little, but you know you're part of the greater. It's not the neurotic one where it's shivering under the staircase of the mansion thinking it's separate, I can't join in, everything's alienated. It's a littleness that suddenly realizes when you look at all of that immensity, and you do it through aesthetic eyes, that we did not create that. That means, by the way, we are guests in this house. And the Druidic teaching was, yes, you are, and your job in this life is to leave the house in a better place than you found it, if you can. At least leave it in no worse a place. Because that's not being a very good house guest, and there may be a price to pay for that action. So as I said, we will conclude with the wise words of William Blake. When the doors of perception are cleansed, man sees things as they truly are, infinite. I hope we've done that today, had some clearing and cleansing and understanding, a kind of knowingness, an ability to perceive the infinite. And also that we are part of that infinite, because here's the last thing to say. It's perception again. If you can perceive, right, if your way of vision is larger or narrower, doesn't matter which. And if your very perception can grasp the infinite, doesn't it mean that the perceiver is as infinite as the thing he's perceiving, and that is also nucleated? You are that infinity, I am that infinity. Open it, remember it, dialogue with it, never let a single person make you doubt it. And as Heidegger said, make every thought you think an act of thank you, an act of gratitude. And I'll add mine at the end. Thank you all for being here and being with us tonight.
Thank you.